It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. And it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
Well, first opened back in 1975, there's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, thrilled to be with you from the broadcast booth. And partner, before we get this thing started, what are you going to be watching?
Who gets off to a fast start? In horse racing terms, they talk about catching a flyer out of the gate. Who sets the pace and makes the other team chase?
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. Fights forward at the 20. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years. And right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard. They run it again with Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr completes it. And out across midfield down to the 45. 23 yards on the play.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Carr. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Buying time to his left. Look at the spin. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Now a play fake. Carr rolling to his right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And now running right through it. Touchdown, New Orleans. 34 yards for Alvin Kamara. And the Saints will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. To that CD, that was impressive. He got out of 3, maybe 4 tackles there on his way to the end zone.
And a lot of times when you break a tackle or slip a tackle, it actually slows you down. That's what we were taught. If you don't make the play, make him stop his feet so someone else can get there and tackle him. But not here. He just kept right on going.
Blake Groupie now for the extra point. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
On first down, they'll kick off the drive with Dallas to about the 33-yard line.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the gun, here's Smith. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the shotgun, this will be Dallas. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. From the 50, it's Smith. And he's taken down here by the Saints. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when they're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
And that one on the rookie, Charles. Maybe a little too overeager.
You know how many times about the quarterback having to have a clock in his head and make sure the ball gets away before the rush gets there? When you're a pass rusher, you have to know when the ball is gone and make sure you don't hit the quarterback afterward. And no one's trying to make a play, but that time, he ends up drawing the flag.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Now Geno. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Geno now to throw. This is caught. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Throwing now is Geno. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from evening this one up. And now it's blocked. The Saints have got it. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
He lets it go deep for Olave. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 53 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Carr now to throw. Being chased out left. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Saints. Jerron Johnson. A 22-yard touchdown play. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Groupie for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
A shotgun snap for Smith. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Carr going to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's caught inside the 30. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 40 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're the defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerron Johnson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, CD, that's his 2nd touchdown already. And how about this offense? 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
An absolute total team effort right now. And let's face it, I don't think he's done. We're still in the 1st half. There's a lot of time left to go. I don't know what they're going to do on the other side trying to slow him down. But right now, he's feeling it.
Groupie able to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together. Rishi ends.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Kamara up the middle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down. Calling a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Get it together. Make them work for it. You know what we need, baby. Let's make a play.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one a 41-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment, but welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports halftime report. For the Saints, this is why they signed him. They got a strong performance from their quarterback, Derek Carr. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission. Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Out of the gun, Smith. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson and Debo. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still first down.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Now Carr. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because He actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Foster Moreau taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The point after, good by Groupie. And they open the lead up now to 25.
After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Smith. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
Down the right sideline.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 78 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit.
This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10.
Play action. Now it's Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now Carr.
He lets it go deep for Olave.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
He hasn't been sacked all game, and there's an example as to why. Evaded the pressure, got out of the pocket, but even with the extra time, it doesn't translate into a completion.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Flushed out right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Smith on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Pete Werner in there to get him yet again. That is his third sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Off of play action, here's Smith. Walker with a grab, left side. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now it's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf, 32 yards. And the Seahawks get a bit closer. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Here's Carr to throw. Rolling to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 52 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one on to the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Groupie able to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. Setting up the screen here, this is Walker. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. Now Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with a score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Carr going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 24. 62 yards rushing for him now to this point.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're in 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
So Carr departs, and on is Blake Groupie for the Saints field goal. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. We're ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. It's a gain of 34. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Smith now to throw. Not wasting time, going right back to DK Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. From the red zone now, Smith. Touchdown! DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a two-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a two-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Seahawks have recovered. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They are in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Here's second down. Smith's going to throw it. Catch is made by Metcalf. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 53 yards. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. Steps away. And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him. The Saints in victory formation now as they'll take the knee. Normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.